Hello and welcome to another edition of the Hoosier Football Tailgate. New commitment video breakdown. Another Indiana Hoosier is in from Franklin High School. Mr. Blake Smythe, the 6'3", 275-pound defensive lineman. Legacy as his father played at IU back in the day. And Indiana was able to ward off Purdue as well. Just quick things here. He is like I said, 6'3", 275-pound defensive lineman. And outside of Purdue, Michigan State, Illinois, and Wisconsin were all on the list of potential schools for him to go to. But again, another job well done by Indiana when it comes to keeping the talent in state. And this young man is going to add to that. And we're going to take a quick look here on the Quick Cut software and get an idea of this young man's ability and what really attracted him to Indiana. Now, you're going to see him play various positions outside as a defensive end or inside. I think he's probably going to be an inside guy, but that's just a pure speculation on my point. But he's got a pretty quick move, and he moves well, as you showed there, where he dips inside, dips back outside, makes the play. Here he's splitting the double team, making the play in the backfield. But you can tell he's got some good size arms, and he just moves really well for a kid that's 275 pounds and only his junior year. So you can imagine him being a world beater this year for the Grizzlies down there in Franklin. But you can tell that he is a man amongst boys at times. And this is a really good play, chasing down the screen from behind. That right there was a pretty big play in terms of showing his true ability. He also stood up at times like he is there with the body slam, but they utilized him in a lot of different positions, inside, outside. Another great job of beating the D lineman or the offensive lineman, and he's in the backfield making the tackle for about a 3-yard loss. So everything about him says, man, this kid will be a great fit. Reminds me a little bit of Carpenter, just from the way he plays a little bit and his overall size and such. But I do think there's a big stop on 4th and 1 that the kid made. And he is a kid that Indiana is going to be happy to have in their ball club here in a couple of years. And he's the 9th ranked prospect in the state of Indiana. So that says a lot. And again, just a great effort here. This is the other one outside that other screen. This is just great effort. Lining up as an outside in rush. He recognizes its screen, retraces his steps, and then he goes and gets in on the tackle. That right there is worth its weight in gold, just showing his ability to never give up on plays. And another great play here. Does a great job of putting himself in a position to clog up that C gap, B gap, and then ward off and make the tackle. And again, he made a lot of tackles last year. He had, I think, 8 total sacks on the year. But again, another good defensive line to go with, a great defensive line already for the Hoosiers, as Blake Smythe from Franklin Central High School is your newest commit to the Indiana Hoosiers. And again, like anything else, you got to get him in December, but he's pretty fired up by some of the things he said with everything. But he had 13 tackles for loss last year, 96 tackles in total, 5.5 sacks, and first team all conference and 5A junior all state at the defensive line position. He made a comment that I picked up on, wanted to keep the Smythe legacy going in Bloomington. and I stand corrected. It was his grandfather that played at Indiana. Believe back in the early 80s. Yes, back in the early 80s, he was there. But some of his biggest strengths and things that I wrote down when I was doing all this, big body, of course, in the trenches. Definitely is going to get a lot of double teams. I don't think that's going to change this year, but reminded me a little bit of Carpenter and the way he played, and stout interior presence. There's no question that you staring across the line of scrimmage to him, you better bring your lunch, baby, because it's going to be a long day as an offensive lineman going against him this next season down there in Franklin. So again, another solid pickup for Indiana. Remember, you've got this $1 off. $1 first month's subscription to the Hoosier tailgate. Just a reminder, you've got a great special going on right now there at thehoosier.com. First month, $1. Rest of the year, 50% off, and you get all the things you can get from the Indiana Hoosiers on thehoosier.com as well as on 3.com. As for the rest of us here at the Hoosier Tailgate, we hope you have a great weekend as well as a great Kentucky Derby. We'll see you on Thursday night. I'm the coach, Shannon Griffith. This has been the Hoosier Football Tailgate right here on thehoosier.com.